Hey guys, welcome to AFK Journey. Now this game has just officially launched globally today, so if you do want to play the game, I'll have links in the description below, and I have to give a massive shout out to AFK Journey for sponsoring this video. However, this is a game that I will be actively playing heavily over on a new YouTube channel that I have created, so if you do want to get more guides and information about the game, I'll leave that linked in the description as well, and I will have a ton more content, because this is one of those games that I've been looking forward to playing anyway, and getting a sponsorship is just icing on the cake because I do really enjoy this game. So in this video, we're going to go through my top 5 beginner tips for day 1 of gameplay to get your account pointed in the right direction. So tip number 1 is going to be all to do with questing and what to focus on in your first day of play. Now, the one little caveat that I want to add in on this one is to enable auto route if you haven't already. This is just this setting down here where you can turn it on, and that means over here when we go to the home screen, if you're trying to go through the main quest, you can just click the quest text under the minimap and it will auto path you to where you need to go. So that is a super helpful thing that you can do. But as for focus in your first day of play, the main thing you want to be doing is following this main quest line. The main quest line is how you unlock core features, and you want to do that. However, as you go through the main quest line, you will see enemies around the world like this that you can go ahead and kill, and chests that you can loot. Now, doing these if you can is going to be fantastic. If you can't do them, or maybe you're busy and you're just auto pathing because you're doing something else at the same time, you can always open up your map later on and look back at the stuff you've missed, and you can just click on them and auto path to them. So in the day 1 of play, number 1 focus, main campaign quest. Number 2 focus, collecting chests, and number 3 focus is going to be progressing through your AFK stages, because as you beat more and more of these stages, you will basically get better AFK loot, which the better AFK loot you're getting, it means the faster you're leveling your characters, which means the sooner you're progressing, and it's just a big snowball like that. So the 3 main things to focus on in day 1 of play is the main quest line, getting as much loot as you can from around the world, and also progressing your AFK stages, along with, as you play the game, maybe it'll be day 1, maybe day 2, maybe day 3, you will unlock other features in the battle mode section, and as you unlock these, whether it be Dream Realm, Arena, anything like that, go ahead and do those and get up to date on those features as well, because they are going to give you good rewards, especially Dream Realm and Arena, which we'll touch more tips on them in a minute. Tip number 2, we're going to be looking at the social features inside the game, and you really want to fill these out. The first of which being the friends list. If we go over here and we jump in friends, you want to get as many friends as possible. So jump over here, add friends. You can see 4 times a day you can get suggested friends. You can just hit friend, then you can get suggested a new one, and you can refresh this a few times. You can also get your ID code and share it to your other friends on Discord, anything like that, and fill out your friends list. The reason you want to do this is because if you get, you can do the standard send receive thing, and if you get 10 friends to send you gifts every day, you'll get this chest which will give you extra rewards, normally being friend points, but those friend points are valuable because you can use them over here in the friend store to buy gifts, which you can then give to your characters, raise your bond, and as you raise that bond, you will get free summons. So that is a very nice thing to do on day 1. The other social feature is the guilds. Now, get yourself into a guild as soon as possible. Ideally, you want to get into an active guild. Active guilds will complete these missions faster, which means you can get yourself more guild medals. And the reason you want to get into a guild as soon as possible and start getting these guild medals is because the faster you can generate these guild medals, the faster you can go ahead to the shop and you can purchase these Celestial and Hypogean heroes, which are kind of like the highest rarity heroes in the game currently. So that is the way you're going to get them. So filling out your friends list and joining an preferably active guild are going to be 2 things you definitely want to do on day 1 when you unlock those features. Tip number 3 is going to apply to Arena. Now, this is especially in your first day, maybe first few days of play. Eventually, you won't need to do this all the time, but actually buying some extra Arena tickets. Now, daily you get 4 free Arena attacks. However, you can purchase up to 5 additional per day. The first one costs 0 diamonds. The next one I think is 10, and then it might go to 20, 20, and 30, something around those, but it's relatively cheap considering what you can benefit from it, especially in the first few days of play. Because as you can see here, as you increase your ranks, and let's go back to say what a new player account would be, you start in the lowest rank. As you go up, your first time entering the next rank, you get 800 diamonds. Next one, you get 830, and so on and so forth. On top of that, you're also getting not only the extra diamonds, which is really valuable in the early stages to get some more summons, to get your account boosted on those early days of play. But on top of that, every time you do an arena fight, you also get some extra experience at the end of the battle, which then will help you in that early game stage for, you know, progressing your account, because in the early game, you do need experience as well to level your characters. Later on, the bottleneck does become the hero essence, but in the early game, getting that boost of hero experience so you can level your characters and progress the whole game faster is really nice. So I think doing up to 5 refreshes on Arena is an incredibly valuable thing in those first few days of play. Now, some people hate spending premium currency on anything other than summons. That's perfectly reasonable, but I do think in this one, it is one of those cases where you can get some really good benefit in both early diamonds to boost your account, but also early experience, because as you'll see here, after we get this victory, we get 24k experience and we also get some gold. So those resources early on can definitely help you. And as you can see here, second refill, it's going to cost 0 again. So it does scale up and cost you a few gems, but it's not ridiculous. The other thing it will do is as you scale up, you will get those increased daily and weekly rewards, which then you can buy epic heroes in the shop quicker. On top of that, you do get weekly quests to get 20 victories. So if you're getting those extra victories faster, let me just remove my face so you guys can see this. As you get more victories, you will get those extra rewards, and then you can get those faster, and maybe you can get an epic hero from the shop a little bit faster. Tip number 4 has to do with your daily quests and also your quick loot over here in the AFK stages. Now, I believe in the tutorial it does force you to use one of your quick loots, but for the other one and also for your daily quests over here, leave collecting these till later in the day. The reason being, especially in day 1, now this can apply in day 2, day 3, and so on and so forth. Depends how min-max you want to get. But on day 1, if you collect all these quests when you're at like AFK stage 10, you'll actually miss out on a decent amount of hero essence, which is a big bottleneck in the game. So the reason being is when you collect these quests, now you can collect them down here, but you just don't want to click the thing up here, because if you click one thing up here, it will collect all of them. And these ones, the way these work is it gives you 4 hours of essence loot here and also here, so you get 8 hours of essence loot based on your current AFK stage. So you really want to wait till the end of the day, because instead of being on like stage 10, maybe when you first complete those quests, maybe you'll be at like stage 30, 50, 70, depending on how well you progress your account. But that hero essence is going to be super valuable to get, especially in the first few days of play. Combine that hero essence that you're getting along with the extra experience that you're getting through those extra arena runs. It means that you're going to be able to actually limit break your characters a little bit sooner. And like I said, it kind of snowballs into day 2, day 3. Once you're like a couple weeks in, it's not so much of a big deal, because the margin of extra resources you're getting shrinks because you're not progressing as far. But especially in that day 1, you get such a great difference of rewards by waiting till the end of the day, especially if you're grinding the game pretty hard. So waiting to collect that extra AFK loot is going to be fantastic. And finally, tip number 5 for day 1 of play is once you do 30 summons, you will unlock the wish list on the all hero recruitment. So once you unlock this wish list, make sure you go and fill out your wish list. Don't just leave it as whatever it is. Now, this whole wish list topic is an entire video in itself, which I will probably have already up on my other channel if you want to go into that one. I'll leave it in the description as well if I have it active. But don't just leave a default wish list. If you're really struggling, not sure, this kind of wish list is perfectly fine. Mine's is a bit more advanced because I've already got single copies of a couple heroes that I want a single copy of. But setting these wish lists is going to be something very important, and aiming for the heroes you want to get. But like I said, that is a much more in-depth topic that I will have a video on my other channel about. But just get yourself with something that's decent and not just the cookie cutter default wish list, because you do get a lot of summons in those early days, and having a wish list you're happy with is going to be very important for you know, getting your account pointed in the right direction. So that is going to be it for my top 5 tips on day 1 of AFK Journey. Once again, a massive shout out to AFK Journey for sponsoring this video, but also make sure you jump over and check out my other channel where I have heaps more content going for the game. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.